All right, in this video, I am going to be going over the settings for the UOP FX Trade Manager. Now, whenever you first drag this onto your chart, you have a couple of settings. I'm going to do a two-part video to explain them all, but we're going to talk about the standard settings that are outside the box that are typical with the traditional version of Trade Manager. Now, first and foremost, you want to log in with your email and ID. You want to leave server mode off to no, lock mode to none. In this case, I will explain that in the next video. Add take profit to trades. You can just leave this stuff the way it is right now currently. The button symbols, this is for if you want to use the symbol changer, which you see here to the left, to switch to the pairs that you will be trading without you having to load up different charts in your navigator window. Okay, so if you're going to use this, you can leave whatever's there if you trade these pairs, so you can delete them out and put in the pairs that you want to watch. And if you don't want to use that and you want to shrink this screen some, you can just simply delete out everything that's in this box, and it will remove all the pairs there if you don't have any intentions to use it. Open symbols in a new tab, I typically leave that to no. I don't want to open up new tabs. I like to open everything in the same window. My break even, I always set that to 10 pips, which I will explain that here in a minute. And the pip type, leave that to convenient, because this will enable the software to work for any pair that you pretty much put on the chart. It will calculate the pips properly. Now, for any reason it don't, for example, something like US 30, gold, or Bitcoin, you may or may not have to add a additional number on the end of what you see here for the standard pip count. Depending on what you're trading, you can kind of play around with it to see how it works, but I always leave it on convenient, because it's supposed to calculate properly. The things down here under the fonts, you can leave the standard fonts the way they are. It looks pretty good the way it is. But if you wanted to change anything, you do have the option to do that there, okay? Now, explaining the settings, if you're going to, the beautiful thing about Trade Manager is you can use it to execute trades on. For example, you see it has percentage of equity. So if I wanted to buy or sell from this and risk 1% of my account balance, basically all I have to do is configure my settings under position details and hit buy or sell, and then it will open up a trade that will be 1% of my capital, which is very good if you're practicing risk management. You can simply hit the arrow to go up and down to determine how much risk per trade you want to risk, or you can do a fixed lot option as well, to where you can type in your own manual lots. I recommend you use the percentage of equity just to practice risk management. Now, stop loss is self-explanatory. You can set what you want your stop loss to be if you're going to execute trades using this. You can put a take profit in here. I normally try to go as high as possible on this, unless you're scalping. But even with that, I like to go as high as possible because you have a trailing and all that stuff you can use at the bottom. The break even, again, remember we showed you that in settings where I have my break even set to 10 pips. So once a trade goes 20 pips in profit, the expert advisor is going to automatically move my stop loss 10 pips in profit. Okay, so again, once the break even goes 20 pips in profit, it's going to move my stop loss 10 pips in profit. Okay, now this is a great feature to use if you are a swing trader or a longer term trader, and this is why this is here. So that's going to protect your profits and allow the trade to run as far as it will go, essentially. So typically, I don't have my break even set this low unless I'm trading a slow moving pair. Okay. Partial start starts at 50 pips. So whenever a trade goes 50 pips in profit, it's going to partially close 50% of the position, which is the next box below. Now, you can set the percentage of the trade that you want it to close on your own. Typically, I always close 50% of my position. Some people close 75% and let the rest run, or 90%. But however you choose to set that up, that's 100% up to you. Trailing start, this is just the amount of pips the trade will go in profit before the trailing stop actually starts trailing price. Okay, so in this case, I have 100 pips here. So once the trade goes 100 pips in profit, the trailing stop will activate and start trailing behind price 25 pips. Okay, so whatever the price is at that point, it will trail behind price 25 pips. So in this case, if the trail is going to start at 100 pips, then it would trail behind price 25, which essentially be 75 pips on this 100. Okay, and then it just trail behind 25 pips as it keeps going. Okay, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell of this. If you're going to use it this way out the box, again, if you click on the things here, you see that it goes to different charts without you having to necessarily switch charts. It can close all your pending orders as well. You may have to enable one-click trading. So if you right-click on the chart, click on one-click trading, make sure you have that enabled because it may or may not work without it. So keep that in mind. Like I said, you can delete all pending orders. You can close 50% of all trading volume on the chart or on your account, not necessarily on the chart. So let's say if you open trades or you already have trades open and you just throw trade manager on one chart. If you say, hey, just close 50% of the volume, it'll close 50% of all the trades you have open on the account, regardless of how they were open, which is a pretty powerful feature. You can also hit the close all trades now. So let's say, for example, you have a lot of trades open and you don't feel like clicking all of them at the bottom. All you have to do is just click close all trades now. It'll close everything. So it's a very, very powerful tool. Okay. But again, make sure you have one-click trading enabled. If you go on the options and go to trade, you want to make sure you have one-click trading checked. However you want this, whichever pairs you want this to manage trades for, you do have to install it on each individual chart for each pair. So though you have the symbol changer here at the bottom, this is strictly just for symbol changing. If you're just going to trade manually here and execute a trade from it, then it will essentially do that. Okay. However, if you want to manage trades for everything that you're trading, you will have to have this installed on its own chart. So you will have to open up a navigator window under Market Watch and just essentially open up a new chart. And let me get rid of this and just put Trade Manager on this particular chart as well, with whatever settings you want, and then it will manage the trades for this particular chart. Now, if you're going to go this route, I would remove the symbol changer. There's really no need for that to really be there. But put your settings there for whatever you want the settings to be for this particular chart. Now, if you are not trading from Trade Manager and you have this like on a VPS or on your desktop running, and you're just executing trades mobile with these particular pairs that you have Trade Manager installed on, it's not going to, in this manner of way that we're doing it right now, it's not going to incorporate your stop loss or take profit in this method. However, your break even, your partial start and close and all that stuff will work according to whatever you have set here. Just make sure that if you're going to execute it trades remotely off the desktop without a stop loss that you enter or take profit, so that the rest of the settings will work accordingly. Now, in the next video, I'm going to go a little bit deeper to kind of show you how to really take things to the next level using this. But this is more so a manual way of trading. If you're just sitting at your computer trading with Trade Manager and you don't want to trade remotely using Trade Manager, you can just throw it on each chart of pairs that you're going to be trading, or even if you're not in front of your computer, and just tweak the settings manually. Depending on the pair, obviously each pair settings will be different, and allow this to manage your trades once you get into those trades with the settings that you put in here. Okay, so we'll see you on the next video. Take care. God bless.